On today's Solo Sunday News, could Alberto Del Rio be returning to WWE? AAA Triplemania 33 to air for free on YouTube. There's an update on Apollo Crews' WWE status, and AEW pays tribute to Hulk Hogan. Hello and welcome to WhatCulture Wrestling, the Solo Sunday News. Myself, Andrew Pollard. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. I hope your weekend is going as well as possible. I mean, for me, it's been a fairly dull one this weekend, a fairly somber one, a fairly somber week, to be honest. But hey, it is Sunday, which means there's a roast dinner on the way once I'm done with work today. So, that's always a positive. It also means we've got some wrestling news for you, starting with the ever fun topic of Alberto Del Rio. Alberto El Patron, with his time with AAA seemingly done, some have speculated that a Del Rio WWE return could be on the cards. For those who may have missed it, Alberto El Patron lost a loser leaves AAA match against El Messias on Friday night. Now, El Patron is believed to be very much done with AAA, and with him previously having said that WWE had reached out several times, people are putting two and two together and getting 527 by all accounts. Now, per Fightful Select, WWE's stance on Del Rio El Patron has not changed, as in they have zero interest in bringing him back into the fold, despite Del Rio telling the AAA locker room that, yep, WWE has reached out to him. In fact, El Patron, Del Rio, told people that WWE was interested in having him return at the Royal Rumble, which one WWE source bluntly told Fightful, if we wanted Alberto at all, much less in the Royal Rumble, he'd be here. He's not there, so you can put that together for yourself. Again, it was reiterated that WWE has previously had no interest in working with Del Rio, and that stance has not changed in the slightest. I mean, you just need to look at how things have been since WWE announced their acquisition of AAA. As in, there has been zero mention whatsoever of Alberto El Patron or Alberto Del Rio, despite him at that time being the company's top champion, the AAA mega champion. That was when the whole acquisition was announced during WrestleMania weekend. Del Rio El Patron was the top guy in the promotion, but yet he was not mentioned and has not been mentioned at all. I mean, even when El Heel Del Vikingo defeated El Patron for that title, with that title win, I mean, it was shown on WWE TV, but there was zero reference to El Patron, and the WWE coverage of that win was like super tight, super close angles, focusing on Vikingo with kind of somebody on the mat, on the floor in the background, barely visible. It's almost like how I don't know how they, I mean, not to go to the extreme, but how they handle things when they show Randy Orton's first world title win at SummerSlam, what was that, 2003? Would it have been? Or 4? I don't know. Anyway, that win, it's kind of like all the angle is focused on Randy, not on the person he beat. Now, for those who've been keeping up with AAA, it's clear to see that the fan reaction to Vikingo, it's been a negative one, largely from those people in Mexico, despite him being positioned as the promotion's top babyface. Now, on the other side of that, the reaction to Alberto El Patron has actually been pretty positive from those crowds, even though he's been positioned as the top heel. Still, WWE was well aware that this report says that there would be a fan backlash to Vikingo's win, but they still went ahead and did it anyway, mainly just to get the title off El Patron. With WWE seeing this, the reactions at the moment to both men as it's put here, a short-term problem with a long-term benefit, as in like, yeah, okay, our top babyface is getting booed, our top heel's getting cheered. Well, we just need to get that belt off Alberto. Now, WWE sources told Fightful that they believe Alberto is legitimately done with AAA, that there are no plans for him in WWE, but added that they believe he'll at some point make efforts to return to both companies. So, right now, if Alberto El Patron wants to keep up the latest WWE action, he'll have to check out Raw and SmackDown for himself, with Raw streaming worldwide on Netflix, of course. But you know, sometimes there's something you want to watch, want to stream, but for whatever reason, it's not available in your area. But in those instances, man, we have a perfect solution for you. You see, this video is brought to you by the fine folks over at NordVPN, the industry-leading VPN service that protects you thanks to its various encryption systems, meaning you can stream safely when out in public. NordVPN also removes the shackles from those region-locked shows and movies, allowing you to watch whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. And when you know it, we've got a fantastic deal worth up to 76% off NordVPN, an extra 4 months completely free, and an Amazon gift card worth up to £50 or $50. All you have to do, check out the link in the description to this video or audio podcast. So what are you waiting for? Go and give it a nose. Now, to stick with AAA and to stick with the topic of streaming, the upcoming AAA Triplemania 33 will air for free completely free on YouTube. This was announced on social media over the weekend by one Triple H. With Triplemania 33 taking place from Mexico City on Saturday, August 16th, the main event there will be Vikingo defending the AAA Mega Championship in a four-way match against Dragon Lee, El Grande Americano, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Yes, all three of those WWE names appeared for AAA on Friday, where Vikingo basically laid out an open challenge for that title, with Dragon Lee coming out to accept that challenge. El Grande Americano kind of came out to let the world know that he's interested, but the most interesting one was there's somebody in a hooded figure came out and took out Dragon Lee, took out Vikingo. The hood comes down, there's like some wrapping there that comes off, and wouldn't you know it, it's Dirty Dom, who received a monster pop, man. Dominic Mysterio is over, brother. Huge reaction from the crowd there. Speaking of which, so too did El Grande Americano. That guy is very popular, with a video doing the rounds as well of Americano having I guess you call it a big old sing-song with fans outside the arena, all as they chanted his name, Grande, Grande. Yeah, that dude is over as well. So you got a German pretending to be an American, pretending to be a legendary luchador. My bad. A thoroughbred, iconic luchador with a vast, steep history in the business, countless titles won around the world, just blacklisted by those jealous of his talents. Yeah, that would be El Grande Americano. Of course, airing Triplemania 33 on YouTube comes on the heels of doing something similar with the AAA WWE Worlds Collide crossover special back in June? Was that June? I think that was June. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that show, man. Not so much fun though. It's been Apollo Cruises 2025 so far. Apollo has not wrestled since a January SmackDown match against Johnny Gargano, which he actually won. It was a win for the former IC champion. But shortly after that, it was confirmed that Apollo had torn a pec and that he'd require surgery. That surgery did indeed take place, and there's now somewhat of an update on Apollo's current status. This comes from Fightful Select, where in his latest weekly Q&A, Sean Ross Sapp was asked about Apollo's recovery and how things are with him at the moment, and the answer to that was that Cruz is still listed on WWE's internal injury list, but that he is said to be doing well in his rehab. So, fingers crossed there. It won't be too long before he's back in the ring. No time frame has been given right now on whether Apollo Crews might be back in the ring, but a torn pec, obviously that is that's no joke. That's the same injury that put Cody Rhodes out for the second half of 2022. Remember that the gnarly bruise over half his body as he soldiered on through that Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins, June I think that was, and then Cody was out for the entire rest of the year, and he returned to win the Royal Rumble in 2023. Different people heal differently. The recovery might be more complicated for others. It might be more smoother for others. There could be setbacks, but as mentioned, by all accounts, the rehab is going well for Apollo. So hopefully it's not too long before he's able to lace up his boots again. But more importantly, I guess the focus right now is on just making sure that the rehab continues to go well. That's the priority here. Now, switching gears from WWE to AEW and to the topic that's dominated the news cycle these past few days, that would be the passing of Hulk Hogan. Now, obviously, plenty of tributes have been paid to Hulk these past few days from those in the business, those who've worked with Hogan, and now AEW has paid tribute to Hulk Hogan as well. This came in the form of Tony Schiavone, who obviously is my dad, according to everybody here at WhatCulture on YouTube. But yes, this came in the form of Tony Schiavone on last night's Collision. Now, Schiavone, of course, worked with Hulk Hogan both in WCW, and there was that spell that Tony had in WWE, WWF, as it was back in the day. In fact, I saw Tony having some weirdos coming after him on X a few days ago when he paid his own tribute to Hulk Hogan, referred to him as a co-worker rather than a friend, which is fine. I'm sure we've all worked with people that we get on fine with, work fine with. At the end of the day, you see each other in work and that's about it. Not everybody has to be best buddies, and that is okay. That's fine. I detest Wilbur, Murray, those Michaels, Kennedy, Gareth and Phil, and don't even get me started on that Simon Miller. Nah, I joke, man, I joke. They're all the best of the dudes. Seriously, great people, salt of the earth. Anyway, yeah, so Tony Schiavone had some weirdos coming after him on social media, and I just... that would be Twitter. But back to Collision, where Schiavone paid an on-air tribute. In fact, I've got it here, the quote. Sometimes we take a look at these stars that are bigger than life and we forget that they are just like us, human. And we forget that they have families that care about them. Our condolences go out to Hulk's family, to his children, Brooke and Nick, his wife, Sky. And if you've never lost a member of your family, you have no idea what the pain they are going through right now. And believe you me, it is intense. From all of us here at All Elite Wrestling, RIP brother. That clip was then posted on X by AEW with a similar RIP brother message accompanying it. Now, I mean, I'm not here to get into the life and career of Hulk Hogan or Terry Bollea. I was never a Hulkamaniac as a kid, and we all know about some of the horrendous actions away from the ring, but there's no disputing the mammoth impact and influence he had in changing the pro wrestling business in pop culture as well. I mean, but anyway, back to Tony Schiavone's point here. You look at someone like Brooke Hogan, for example, and at the end of the day, she's lost her father, regardless of who that man was, what he did, what he said. For better or for worse, somebody has lost their dad. And for that person, that absolutely sucks. That's what Tony's getting at here. Losing a family member is never easy, regardless of whether they're the greatest person in the world or the worst person in the world. It still burns, man. And with that, that brings today's news to an end. I'm off to check out UFC Fight Night. My boy Robert Whittaker against Reina de Ridder should be a cracker. And then it's all about a lovely Sunday roast. So this has been What Culture Wrestling. I've been Andrew Pollard. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Be well, stay safe, and I will catch you next weekend.